Ramifications squad. It is Bailey Casey, our editor.
And Abbie King, the editor-in-chief.
And we are going to vlog our trip to DC for Media Fest Convention 2025. It is currently 6:16. We've been up since 3:30 a.m.
Our flight doesn't leave until 8:48.
No, 8:30, 8:26.
We board at 8:30.
Yeah.
It leaves at 8:48.
Either way, we've been up. We got Duncan. And we're gonna take you along. Hopefully we'll see some cool things despite the government shutdown. But we're excited. So we're on the plane. It's playing very nice music. Abigail's about to have a breakdown. She does not like flying. She does not like being encased in a winged thing in the air. She says she's watched too much Madagascar and is afraid of dropping out of the sky. Even though that's not how physics work. Nonetheless, we are in the plane and we are about to depart. So we have landed in Washington, D.C. We're alive! We're about to go on the metro. And all in all, pretty decent flight. Hello, Caroline, on that. We have all the publications here. We're really excited. And yeah. Wave at me. Hello again, Ramifications fans. It's been a long day.
Very long day.
We haven't been able to check in as frequently as we wanted because both of our phones almost died. Mine did die.
It was like dying and then reviving itself and dying and reviving itself for a while.
So we're not going to make that mistake again. But in the meantime, we went to Shake Shack. Tried Shake Shack for the first time. Wasn't bad.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
You have to get a milkshake when you go to Shake Shack, though.
Yes. And then after Shake Shack, we stopped by Ford's Theater. We passed by because of the government shutdown. It is closed, but at least we got to see it.
And I came to DC in 2019. My family and I walked around the J. Edgar Hoover FBI building without realizing what it was, and we did that again today.
Yeah. Also, the panels on the side of the FBI building are also really funny. One of the other girls that was on the trip with us made the joke that it kind of looks like a Nike ad on the side of the FBI building. But anyway, after Ford Theater, we went to the Holocaust Memorial Museum, because it's the only one open. It's open until Friday, so we got to go today. And we're both very thankful for that. What were your thoughts about the museum?
I'm really glad it didn't sugarcoat things, because I feel like it's an important message to get across. And there's a lot of points that were really graphic, and it was really hard to look at in some parts, but it was still really good. There's the shoe room that I audibly liked when I walked in, because it's just these shoes all over the floor that were confiscated by the victims, or confiscated from the victims. And it was just, I don't know, you hear about it all the time, but it doesn't feel real, and then you see stuff like that and you're like, oh my gosh, this horrendous thing happened. These millions of people died because one man got power and ignited what other people already kind of believed. So, and
like Abby already said, I really thought the writing of like the museum itself was phenomenal. All of the research that they did was phenomenal, and I really appreciated the fact that they looked at it from all sides. So they gave the Allies perspective, they gave the Axis perspective, they gave all the countries that had been occupied, and the Jewish perspective, the Catholic perspective, of all of these interplaying pieces to what was this horrendous event. And I learned a lot from that. There was things that I had never heard of before, like complete decimation of specific Jewish communities, that one would just never learn about prior to going to this thing. And I think the most powerful moment for me was they had a train car from the transportation trains that took the victims to the concentration camps that you could walk inside and stand in. And I'm not saying that the museum should change in any way. It's phenomenal the way it is, but there are some parts that I kind of wish they would have taken down the bars and letting people really kind of sit and interact with it, because I feel like that would also engage more empathy, but the way it's already set is phenomenal as well. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. We thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an amazing experience. And I'm hoping that nothing changes about it.
Yeah.
But we got some goodies from the gift shop. Would you like to show yours first?
I got a book called America for Americans, A History of Xenophobia in the United States. And, I mean, it's a history of xenophobia in the United States. And when I opened it up, it was first talking about the 2016 election. This was published originally in 2019, and it has an, what is it?
Addendum,
epilogue, I guess, for COVID, because it got republished 2021. And when I checked out, the guy that rung me up said, "Oh, this is a good book." It made me mad. The first 7 pages, Benjamin Franklin said, "What?" And I can agree with that. I'm not a big fan of Benjamin Franklin, so I think it's going to be a really good read, though.
Yeah, shots fired. Old Benny Franklin there. I got several little things. The first thing I got is, this is probably a little hard to see, but it's a bracelet that says "Undeniable Truth." I don't know why, but this was something that they kept bringing up through the entire museum, of the fact of people during that time specifically were like, we cannot let this repeat, we cannot let people forget this, we cannot let people think that this was not real, when it was most certainly real.
I mean, you heard what I said earlier, it doesn't feel real because you hear so much about it. Like our generation with 9/11, it doesn't feel real until you see something that proves that it was real.
Yeah. And so I just thought this, in particular to this historic event, but for all historic events that are kind of like of this nature, I just really liked this. It had other bracelets that were like, remember, all that kind of stuff, but I really liked that one. And then I got a Museums Matter sticker, because they do, and they don't need to be sugar-coated or changed, and history does not need to repeat. So we must educate the populace. And then I got this pen. This is a forget-me-not flower. This is a symbol of the Freemasons that had to go into hiding or had to communicate that they were other Freemasons to survive with each other. Because fact, if you didn't know, Freemasons were also persecuted during the Holocaust. They were also shipped off to concentration camps as political enemies, because they had an ideology and a community that was not the Third Reich. So that's one thing. I got a second pin for the White Rose Resistance. So this was a resistance of college students coming out of Munich, and they were freedom fighters in Germany, handing out leaflets and pamphlets and educating populace, finding ways to hide Jews. They were amazing. And I think I got one last thing. No, actually that's it. But the cool thing though is when you come into the museum, you get this little pamphlet here.
It tells you all about the museum and the different exhibits it has, and like the different eras that it covers, because it kind of goes through a timeline of events.
And it also gives you the definitions of how the museum is working itself under. So it defines anti-Semitism, it defines Holocaust denial. And it's like, how do we work with these things? How do we talk about these things? How hold conversations? And I think that's also a really great structure of this museum in particular, is if you obviously probably can't read the front of this little leaflet, but it says, this museum is not an answer, it is a question. And throughout all of the exhibits, it's posing questions to you at the very beginning of each section of how should you think about this? How should we engage with this? And that was, I think, an amazing structure. But this right here is one of the most heart-wrenching things of the entire museum. So when you first go in, you pick up an identification card. And it has a quote that is shown at the end of the entire museum that is that says, "For the dead and the living we must bear witness." And so you essentially, when you pick up this card, you get assigned a real individual that was in the Holocaust. You get their name, you get their birth date, you get their story, essentially. And it goes through the different years of the war, and it tells you what happens to them, what is interesting in their lives, what they wanted to become, and then at the very end it tells you if they survived or if they didn't. I got a woman, her name, and I severely apologize if I butcher this, she's from the Netherlands, and her name is Bajet Jacobs, and she apparently is affectionately called Bet by her friends. And unfortunately, she is shipped off to Auschwitz, and she does pass away, and she's actually my age when she passes away. And that, when I read that, especially surrounding myself with those exhibits, I think just kind of felt like a little stab in the heart. It's an all-encompassing experience, but who did you get?
Middle-aged man who was a Jehovah's Witness, which Jehovah's Witnesses were also one of the ones that were persecuted. He lived though, so that's good.
But after the museum, we stayed literally until the museum closed. Like, I think we had 10 minutes, because we all took so long taking our time going through, reading it, absorbing it. And I wish we were able to get some more videos of the museum itself so we could talk about the art and like of what it takes to go into museums. I'm sure we can go into that later, but we got a lot of good pictures that you will see if you check out our Instagram. But after that, we came back to the hotel, and then we got to meet up with a Carrier alumni, which was super cool. We all went to have Chinese dinner. Kevin bought dinner.
He said this is the only time he'll buy it for us, which is okay.
Yeah, we will accept that. But I think all in all, pretty good first day. Yes. We check in tomorrow for the con at 8:30 in the morning, and we'll take you along tomorrow too. Bye for now. All right, it is the second day of convention. We are in the convention hall. It's a lot of people, but we're about to go to our first session, and then we're gonna go to several other sessions. We'll film which ones we go to before they start, but yeah.
Okay, Red people, I split up from Bailey. I don't know where she is right now, but I am at Editor in Grief, How to Rule with an Iron Fist. Carolina from Valkyrie will be joining me shortly because she's going to be editor-in-chief next semester at Valkyrie. And there's another session tomorrow. It's just like a 2-part thing. We'll see how it goes.
Alright, so my first session of the day is how to do fashion photo shoots. I want to make sure that I can better pose a lot of the things that we're doing at RAM, because we've started doing more like editorial kind of things. So alright, so we just got out of our second session. We went to how to retain your staff. We are a small publication and we are hoping for the best, but right now we are waiting for some of our friends to get back, and then we're gonna head up the American Girl doll store. You do not understand how excited I am for this. I will be vlogging, I will be taking pictures, but right now we're in the Washington Center. Our hotel and the Washington Center and then the Metro are all connected, which is really cool. So we're standing in the lobby waiting for them. How did you like the session?
It was neat. I'm also tired. So
yeah, I'm also tired too, but my first session was really cool too. The fashion photo shoot was like very informative. She was super cool. Gave me a lot of good ideas for planning, which was nice.
My first session, the guy came in and he started playing the Soviet national anthem, and he used a riding crop as a pointer, but it was really fun. He was very engaging. So
for editors in grief. But we'll check in later. Hello again, Ram fans.
Hello.
We're on the National Mall. You can kind of see the outline of the Capitol. There's the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
But this is not the end of our day, but a recap. We placed second in best cover.
That's the clown one, fall 2024. Go check it out on the website.
It's there. You better read it. But we'll find out if we scored overall tomorrow.
Well, we know we scored, we just don't know.
Like how, yeah. But we're excited for it. Currently, we're just gallivanting around the National Mall. Gonna see some things before we get some Italian food. We will keep you updated on the Italian food. I hope it's good too.
Good pasta.
I'm sure it will be, but we will see you in a moment. So Abby appeased me. We went to the American Girl doll store, and I am very happy. We shopped around a little bit. The mall was huge. It was very huge. And now we're on the metro back to do our awards. We're back in the hotel room.
It's like 10:30. Almost 10:30.
We refuse to move.
No.
we hot girl walked too close to the sun, and we walked the National Mall.
Underestimated how long the National Mall was. I honestly think it would have been shorter to go to a different metro station than the one at the Smithsonian. But maybe it was for the better. Who knows?
Either way, we walked the National Mall. We saw some of the monuments. We didn't see all of them. We plan to, if we get a chance, to stop back and see one or two more that we didn't get to see. And then after that, like I said, we hot girl walked to that metro station. We booked it.
Jogged a little bit.
we busted a move to that metro station. And we got dinner at this amazing Italian place called Ella's.
Ella's Wood Fire Kitchen.
If you're in DC, go.
It was absolutely delicious.
The staff were so sweet. They helped us take pictures. Like, they, genuinely amazing. Like, the food was so good. The food was so good. It was worth every penny. Every penny. And then now we're back at the hotel. We're gonna tuck in for the night and start tomorrow. We're so tired, but it's fun. We're having fun. We promise we're having fun, but bro, I'm tired.
Okay. Hello, Ram people. I woke up at 6:30 this morning so I could go to Tate's Bakery and Cafe. Tate like latte, but with the T instead of the M. I accidentally hit Bailey in the head this morning, so sorry, Bailey. I now know for a fact that I have in fact been turning my alarm off in my sleep. So, sorry. Yeah, day 3 is getting started, and we've got a couple more sessions today. One that I'm really excited about, that's like Lit Mag specific. We're going to the Planet Word Museum. That I hope will be fun. And there's also more awards today, so stay tuned.
Alright, so we're on day 3. We're on day 3. It's Friday. It doesn't feel like Friday.
It's not.
But we're on our way to Planet Word. We're very excited. But my first session was great. It was about on the hashtag Why We Write Day. Stay tuned.
Bailey's got ideas now.
On the Instagram, stay tuned. But it was held by Polaris National Undergrad Literary Magazine and Underground Georgia State National Undergrad Magazine. They were great. We shared contacts. But how was your morning, Abby?
Went to one on freelancing, which is pretty interesting. And the second editor in grief.
Yeah.
Still very interesting. The guy was a lot of fun.
He wore a whole red suit that had libel all over it. But we will check in after Planet Word. Whee!
Such a cool name for a magazine. Literary Magazine, Division 3, 3rd place, Periphery, Drake University. 2nd place, Northern Review, Ohio Northern University. 1st place, Literary Magazine of the Year, Division 3, Ramifications.
Okay, so it's been a while.
Forgot about y'all, sorry.
We're kind of bad at this. we're bad at this. So Planet Word was great. It was super fun. It was really interactive.
It was a neat experience for a museum because it's an art museum. It's about language, so it was really neat.
I think my favorite was the giant word wall that kind of broke down the lexiconic structure of English, like American language specifically, like where the words come from, that sort of thing was really cool. What was your favorite part?
I liked the books. They had a library where they had a bunch of books that you couldn't read, but you opened them up and you set them on this table thing, and it projected the story on top of it. That was really neat.
Yeah, it gave like a summary of what it was about, which was cool. And then after Planet Word, we came back, we did a section on content to cover, about literary magazines and advising how to best do things. A lot of people, it was more like a conversational panel where people were asking questions and getting answers. The ladies were super nice, they were super cool. Their publications won awards, so yay! And then after that, we grabbed a snack, and then we had the overall awards.
Pinnacle Organization Awards.
And guess what? We won first!
We got first place in Division 3 for Literary Magazine of the Year. It was for our fall 2024 edition, The Clown.
Yes.
Okay, this clown won. It also won second place for cover.
Yes.
Magazine cover, literary magazine.
So all I can say is we're vetted now. We have it to our names. You can't beat it. Like, all I'm gonna say. But after that, we went to the
National Museum of Women in the Arts.
Yes, and it was fantastic. It was beautiful. They had tons of really good pictures, so stay tuned for those on the Instagram too. But they were gorgeous. And then after that, we came back and chilled a little bit. We're waiting around for Kevin to get some pictures with our awards, and then we're gonna head on to dinner. All right, so this is the wrap up for the end of day 3. We ate dinner at a
English pub.
Yeah, English pub. It was good though. It was really good.
It was pretty good, yeah.
And we're gonna tuck in for the night, and then tomorrow will be our last day in DC. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay, Rim people. It's day 4, last day in DC. This is just Caitlin. She works with Valkyrie Carrier. Bailey's still asleep. I did not hit her in the head this morning, so that's great. We're back at Tate because they have good tea and pastries. So today we are going to the Spy Museum, which I'm excited about. Thank you. And we're leaving. Going to the airport, which I'm not excited about. I don't want to fly again, so we'll see how that goes.
So we just finished at the Spy Museum. It was amazing. Really interactive, really fun. And then we got lunch, and now we're back on to the hotel to grab our luggage before we catch a metro to the airport. But our time is coming to a close, Abbie. How do you feel?
It's fun out here.
I really like it. And they're also throwing No Kings protest right now, which is cool. But this is our stop. All right, so we're about to start boarding for the airplane. It's about 20 minutes before boarding. Me and Abbie walked around the airport, Reagan National, found some stores. The Smithsonian's may not be open, but at least their shop is. So I got some postcards from the museums and things, donated because museums should be open to the public. But I think I've had a pretty good trip. What about you, Abbie?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad.
I'm really glad we came to, because obviously this is out of the norm for both of us to do this, much less miss school. But I'm really glad that we did. I think it was a really good trip, and we got to see a lot of really great things that I don't think we otherwise would have saw. Because we also, if we would have came a different time, we probably would have focused on the Smithsonian's. So I'm glad that we did this. We're gonna catch our flight home, and I guess that's a wrap. That's a wrap on MediaFest 2025. Thank y'all for watching.